Hey you guys, hello and welcome again. I hope you all are doing really well. I'm doing well too. It's overcast today. I'm a little bit tired. Got slightly more bags under my eyes than usual, but it's okay. I really wanted to talk about this plant here. So this here is Pelargonium Citronellum, also known as the sweet-scented geranium, also known as the mosquito repellent geranium, also known as geranium in quotations citronella. So this over here is an upright perennial plant. It's it has so many claims to function as actual citronella. So by that I mean the actual mosquito repellent plant citronella is actually a type of lemongrass that's native to Africa. But this plant here has an incredibly similar scent. So that's why this has been very heavily branded to be mosquito repellent. But you cannot actually get citronella oil from this plant. It's a different plant. But with that said, this is a very attractive plant. Has a nice sprawling upright habit to it. Has these really deeply serrated, lobed leaves. Very intricate. Simple in fashion though. It has an alternate growth habit that's slightly whorled and has a really nice bilabiate, tiny little flower. It's not very similar to a lot of geraniums and cranesbill in that those have big groups of flowers. This one here kind of just has a couple flowers here and there. Typically blooms around August here. It has a mature height of a little bit over 4 feet and a mature spread of about the same. Some of the varieties have red on them, some of them don't. They generally become somewhat woody as they get older. And really beautifully easy to propagate by seed and by cutting. So I wanted to do a little bit of my own background research to see if these guys actually do repel mosquitoes. So I just put it on the patio table here, and I found that it actually does. So regardless of what you read online, don't believe everything you read, obviously. But in my personal experience, I mean, it needs some more scientific backing. I do think that these guys repel mosquitoes. So there's that. If you want to encourage them to bloom, keep them a little bit on the warm side, typically around 25 degrees Celsius, which is pretty easy here in July and August. You want to ensure that you keep on continuously clipping them back, or they can get a little bit leggy. These guys do not like frost. They do not like going below around 3 degrees Celsius. So if you live in an area that cools down significantly, you can either take tip cuttings with a few nodes and several leaves. You want to be pretty generous with them and keep them indoors as you overwinter them, or you want to cover in about 2 inches worth of bark mulch. And then they should regenerate up for you in the next spring, or you can just simply plant them close to a door or a wall where it's a little bit more sheltered from the wind. So when you bruise these leaves, it's just a beautiful odor that comes out. I mean, it smells like citronella grass. I don't know if you guys have ever smelled like a citronella wisp, but it's very lemony. It's a really nice scent. And these guys are actually edible. You can have these as garnishings in salads. And yeah, so you want to keep these guys in full sun, decently full sun with a little bit of dappled shade later on in the day. And you also want to make sure that they're well watered. They don't like to dry out a whole lot. In my experience, they're not very drought tolerant at all. And yeah, they do very well in containers. I actually recommend planting them in containers. They tend to get a little bit overcrowded and lost in other stuff if you plant them outside. And yeah, so what else should I say about these guys? I'm sure I'm missing something. I'll just put it in the description box below. But yeah, I think that's all I gotta say about these guys. The blooms are also edible. If I had to give this guy a hardness on the 1 out of 10 scale on easiness to hardness to grow, as long as you keep it well watered, it's about a 2 for me. Really easy to keep happy. Very easy to propagate by cuttings. Cuttings will root in about 4 days. Try to change the water every day, though they don't like dirty water. And yeah, so stay blessed, have a wonderful day, and talk to you later.